Hey folks, Steve here. Real short video just saying, hey, tracksaw, love it. Any kind of tracksaw, I don't care what brand it is, as long as it works, love it. So I'm out here on a beautiful December day, and I am installing with a buddy of mine in that kind of blue truck back there. We are installing the last of the cabinets for my personal library. It's a hallway where we're putting bookshelves in. But I need to have a jamb extension of the same material that the bookcases are in, and so I've got it right down here. Let me switch this around. So here's the jamb extension, and literally the jamb extension is 12 inches. So it's almost like, you know, we have almost a hall within a hall. And I need to shave it down. We had all of the materials built by the Amish, and so I had them oversized things so I could kind of dial it in. So in this case, I have just to shave off the back, but it's actually a taper cut. And then I will have to cut this for length, which is also a very, very slight taper cut. And I'm hoping to pull off like a taper cut that's a 32nd of an inch when I go over here and I go this way. I'm hoping to actually hit a 32nd of an inch difference. So I like this really good grain pattern, so that's actually the downside that we will see. And I did cut this upside down, which has a beautiful graining pattern, but just less detail than I would like. So I flipped this upside down, so actually this became the right and that became the left opposite. Made my marks, of course, taper cut here, hopefully a slight taper cut there for back to front. And we will see about how this fits. Okay, so here's an interesting thing that we ran into that I believe is really where the tracksaw can actually shine. And that is that this piece, I cut it to be tight, but just a little too tight because of maybe a little bit of variation in the cabinet install, because this is a super tight install, and at some point I'll show you either before or after this what we're trying to do. I mean, it's got to be kind of really dialed in. So as we started to kind of put this in, hoping for a tension fit, that a little too much, scratched one of the face cabinets, face trim of the cabinets. So I've got a little bit of repair to do, but I have more stain on the way once I get the final parts, and it's a wipe-on satin poly, so I can take care of it just with a little bit that scratched. But what I'm going to do is, this is not all, I mean, we're talking maybe a 16th, maybe less than a 16th in order to get a tight fit. But what I want to do is I want to back bevel this. So down here, I want to just back bevel that so only the bottom face actually shows. But yet, you know, when you slide it in, we're not actually, as you're levering it in, you're not catching with the rest of the wood. And so with a track saw, I can set this up. So right there, I've got a 5-degree bevel, and when it bevels, it's going to bevel this way, and that is, now I've had to flip it over, so I'm actually looking at the top of this, or the visible side, and so this will undercut it to the top. So to try and take this little sliver off, and I might even cheat that up a little bit, and then back bevel that again after it's been cut. Not impossible by by tools, and certainly with a miter box that would have a 13-inch cut. But this is really where I think a track saw can shine, where you can do something like that, and it's a stable platform to cut on. So wonderful. I'll let you know how it fits. I did not actually shoot any more video that day, and so I didn't have a real follow-up. I had a buddy helping me out, and I didn't really want to take time to shoot video because he was, you know, literally helping me for free. So this is that jamb extension that I was actually cutting, and you see how it, basically it hinged there, and then the taper cut fitment was right there. And you can see that, you know, just really nice tight fit in there. And so that was, you know, just one of the many. Of course, you're looking at the finished product, but we also had, and this is almost like a mini hallway within itself, really, as far as just the way we had to do the jamb extension. And this is an outside wall, of course, leading into the addition, and so you can see it's already already quite thick anyway. And then we had over here, we had an additional jamb extension leading into the hallway. And you can see, you know, that was a very nice tight fit as well, all the way down through. And then this rail actually serves as effectively the forward casing into this hallway. There is your jamb extension. Thanks, and I'll give you I think I have a video already shot of like a library tour, if you will. Okay, thanks.